Squeeze. All right, so this is a technique, kind of an accessory to ball security that you can add really to any agility drill of your choice. So what we're going to need for this: balls, tennis balls, and then whatever agility equipment that you prefer. All right, the emphasis for this: squeezing the football into ribs without needing our fingertips. Okay, that's the main thing. A lot of times guys get themselves into trouble because they're holding onto the football and they feel like they got a great grip on it with their fingers, but the ball is getting loose on them. All right, so you'll see how this is going to prevent that. The whole goal of this sequence is to eliminate elbow flare when making lateral cuts. A lot of times guys will plant to make a lateral move and move in this way, and that elbow will flare out. We're trying to avoid that. All right, by taking their fingers off the ball and force them to squeeze, we're going to eliminate that. So you can see right here, this guy has a football squeezed into his ribs. He's using his bicep and forearm, creating that pressure on the ball, and he has a tennis ball wrapped in his fingers. So he's got his whole hand wrapped around that ball, and this football is now secured only with the pressure of that squeeze. And so for this one, we used a hard lateral move off of 3 agile stacks on top of each other to help avoid that elbow flaring. So this is one where we're looking for, as he comes across and makes this hard lateral cut, we're looking for that ball to stay nice and tight to his body. All right, when we do this specific drill in terms of the footwork of it, we're looking for this runner to stay as tight to these agiles as possible, not to drift wide. So that's a pretty nice job. As much as possible, if you can incorporate people stripping at the ball or pokers, that's ideal to be able to just make sure this guy's got a great squeeze on it. You can see this young man here, as he comes out of this, his wrist just getting a little bit low. We always want to have our wrist above the elbow as a ball carrier. That's a good hard finish. So here's an example of a guy making his initial move, and he's just getting a little bit wider than we like. That space in there is not ideal. We'd like to hug as tight to these agiles as possible. Again, same thing on the second one. This is more of a weave than we would like. We want to work a hard lateral cut in a situation a lot of times in a hole where you don't have a whole lot of room to operate. You need to displace your hips fast. But again, good job with the ball security, and you can see how that tennis ball really forces guys to get a great squeeze.